Hello and welcome to the Music Survival Guide, the independent musician's guide on how to survive in the music industry. My name's Phil, a mixing and mastering engineer with Vortis Sound Studios. Hello to you. As it happens, I'm about to go a rebranding. As you may notice on Instagram, my handle isn't actually Vortis Sound Studios at all. It's Phil the Mix Engineer. So at some point, I am going to rebrand everything to Phil the Mix Engineer, which is very exciting, very daunting, but I feel it just more accurately reflects what I do and what I'm here to serve you all with. So just thought you might like to know, that's going to be happening at some point. It depends on when a few things are ready, basically. A few behind the scenes boring bits. That's not important right now. What is important right now is social media. So social media right now is just the way for bands to be found and discovered and for people to continually find out what's happening with bands. But there are so many potential mistakes and pitfalls that can happen when you are navigating the world of social media. And it's sometimes just the simplest things, just the easiest things that you can avoid or that you can do to much improve your social media, to much improve engagement, to work out what people like to see, to just optimize your experience, basically. Because social media, some people love social media and some bands absolutely loathe it, but know that they just have to do it anyway. So whether you love it or hate it, I think optimizing your experience is just the best way to go. And it's going to yield you the best results. So I've got a bit of a shopping list, a laundry list of things to discuss. No particular order, no particular structure or anything like that. So I'm just going to go, basically. And the first one is not showing the personal side of the band is a mistake. In your posts, be that on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, even Twitter if you're on Twitter, make sure the personality of the band pushes through, because people are there to see you. They can go and see brands and things like that anywhere. There's all over Facebook. But a band is a brand, sure, but there's also a group of people, and they want to know about you. They want to know what you're like, what do you enjoy, what don't you enjoy, what's it like being in the band, what's it like writing with the band. All these questions are things that you can answer and things that you can make different types of posts about. Don't neglect it. It's very easy to kind of slip into a kind of faceless brand, and you don't want to do that. You're going to attract so many more people if you show what the band are actually like. Show what you're actually like. It's not difficult. If you're wild and crazy people, then it's going to be very easy to do wild and crazy things. If you are quiet and quite reserved, maybe, just be yourself. People want to know that. That's all they want to know, really. The second thing I've noticed is you need to make different types of posts. So if you post the same thing every single time, it's boring and people are going to switch off because it just drives down engagement. And the algorithm, if people aren't engaging, less people are going to engage overall. It's just the way it kind of goes nowadays. So if your posts are all announcement of gig dates and it's all just posters of your future dates, and you don't post anything else, say about how you write, say about your actual gigs, actual photos from your gigs or past gigs, what you get up to in a day, anything like that, then you're going to lose engagement because people aren't going to see that variety that they want to see. And that includes the variety of the types of posts in terms of content, but also the way you post. So there should be some videos, there should be some photos, there should be some just text only. And sure, engagement may feel lower on text only, but it's just that variety that you need to attract people, to make sure people stick around and to just be part of what you're doing. So yeah, different types of posts, really important. You need to work out the best time to post. Time and day, sure. So if you have a social media account that is big enough, you can find out on Facebook where people engage with you, what time of day, that kind of thing. And you want to find out that time and lean into it. So if everyone is on at 6 p.m. your time, because don't forget people are all around the world, 6 p.m. your time, they happen to see your post the most. Make sure you are posting at that time because it's only the best way to do it. Because Facebook, as you know, is a wall and it kind of all quickly disappears. And if you don't see something quite quickly after it's been posted, it can be easy to miss it. So you want to lean into that and get on board with those people. If you have an Instagram business account, then you can access that information anyway, or I believe you can, just from day one. You can see when people are engaging, what day of the week, what time. Lean into that information. Don't disregard it. You need to be there when people are looking for you. In addition to that, you need to be available and ready to comment after the posting has gone up. So say you've posted, I don't know, let's call it something really big, a new music video, hurrah, and you've posted it at 6 p.m. your time because you've noticed that's when the highest engagement is. Make sure you are around or available, or a band member is available for an hour or two after the video has been posted, because people are going to comment, hopefully, and you need to be ready to comment back, to like posts, to just engage, because if people see that you as a band are engaging with your fans, then they're more likely to engage, and more people are going to engage. And again, Instagram and Facebook and other social media platforms see that engagement that you're doing, as well as the band, as well as the fans, and again, it'll just drive you up in the algorithm. They'll just view you better. It's just the way it works. You have to do that. The next thing you have to do is you have to post consistently. This works in tandem with working out the best time and day. You need to post regularly and consistently. It's a big one. It's a really big one. It can be so easy when you're struggling to work out what to post, when you're there like, well, I haven't really got anything to say because, we're not rehearsing, we're not gigging. What can I say? Post consistently, even if it's just old photos of your gigs. Even if you go, do you remember this gig we played back in 2018 at this venue? Tag the venue, tag the photography if there was one taking that photo. Just engage with people. People will go, oh yeah, I was there. And you might get engagement like that. You might get comments like, yeah, that was a great gig. I can't wait until you play that venue again. Something like that. You need to be consistent. You need to post, I'm going to say, minimum once a week. Definitely more like 3 to 5 times a week. 5 times a week being like once a day on the weekdays. Maybe even on the weekend too. Work out what works for you. Be consistent in that. Be there for people, because people are looking for social media for essentially a form of escape. And if you are there for them regularly at the same time, at the same day, or whatever kind of thing it is, then people will come to that, and that is great. After the break, I'm going to discuss a few more ways to optimize your social media. Welcome back from my arbitrary break, my arbitrarily imposed break. It's just the way a lot of podcasts do it, so I occasionally remember and actually put one in. So I've mentioned that you need to show the personal side of the band. You need to make different types of posts. You need to work out the best time to post and be there to comment after the fact, and you need to be consistent. The next one is the biggie. This is essential. You need to make sure that none of your links on your bio and anything like that are broken. If you have a broken link, that is going to look so unprofessional. People aren't going to be able to access the thing that you're trying to link them to, and they'll give up. They won't try and look for it. They'll give up. Is your music findable from your front page within 2 or 3 clicks, either to YouTube or to Spotify or to wherever you're leading them? If it's not, make sure it is. You need to make sure your music is easy to find as possible on your social media page. It's so easy to do. It doesn't take long, and it's just going to help people. If someone discovers your band out of the blue, just on Facebook, and they're like, I wonder what this band's like, if they need to click more than 2 or 3 times, the likelihood of them actually doing so to find your music is going to go down. Now, Facebook is great because you can post lots of links. Instagram, bit more of a problem because you've only got one. But Linktree is a free resource, and you can post that one link, and it makes a very simple page where you can just put in as many links as you need to all your various bits and pieces. So I've got one on my business page, and it links to my website, it links to the podcast, it links to a few other things that I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but you can go and have a look. It's absolutely free, and it's really worth doing, and it's just going to help you sort that out. Make sure you have no broken links, and make sure your music is findable really, really quickly. You need to focus on building a community. So it's very easy to go kind of look what we're doing and kind of come down from on high and make your posts and then disappear into the ether and no one quite knows anything. But you need to build a community. You need to have your fans engaging with your stuff, and you engage with them, and fans engage with each other. If you, say, want to put a regular caption competition on, say, a band photo, something like that, it's just the little things that are going to really help you build a community. Facebook is about community. It's all about community. And what fans are looking to do is they're looking to coalesce around, my fancy word of the day, coalesce around a band. And in that, they form a mini culture. And it's all these people who like the same band, hopefully your own band. And you just want to be in the middle of that. You want to be ready to build that community. Have your band members interact with the page. All these types of things. It's very easy to do. It can be almost easier to do on Facebook than on Instagram, but on Twitter as well. But don't neglect it anywhere. Make sure wherever you're posting, even TikTok, you are building a community around what you're doing and around the music scene in general. The final one is something that really has come to the fore with Instagram especially, but it's on every social media platform, is optimizing your hashtags. Hashtags to many people are a real afterthought. You kind of go, oh, well, we're talking about gigs, so hashtag gig, hashtag gigging, I don't know, something like that, that'll do. Don't do that. You want to really think about what you're hashtagging and what community you are trying to put your stuff out to. So I have a list of 30 hashtags that I use. I think it's 30. I'm fairly sure it's 30 that I use on Instagram for near enough every single post that represents the groups and the areas that I want to reach. They're very thought through. You can get tools on your computer that will help you optimize your hashtags, help you to work out which hashtags do I need, where should I be focusing my attention. And that is the way to enlarge your audience. So you can be talking to the same people again and again, and that's great, and you should be building a community. But if you work out how to use your hashtags, then you are ahead. You can get out to a bigger audience and I was going to say a better audience, not necessarily, a bigger audience. And that's what you want. You want to obviously spread your music far and wide as possible. And effective use of hashtags is a great way to go about this. On Instagram, I don't know about Facebook actually, but on Instagram, I happen to know that people have done research that 30 hashtags is the best ratio of amount of hashtags you're using to amount of clicks that you get and amount of follow through you get. More than 30, the algorithm starts to punish you a bit. So 30 is really your ceiling. If you can get 30, go for it. Even if they're very similar, if you one's guitar and one's guitars, that's great. That's two different hashtags that people might be using where they might not be using the other one. You just want to make sure you're reaching all these little areas and that you're making the most of what you're doing. Now, it can be very easy to kind of just lazily put up a post, put up your caption, and underneath it just batter out a load of hashtags. That's not what you want to do. You want to really leave them as a comment. Leave like your first comment on your post, especially on Instagram, but on other places too, should be your hashtags. And that will index it on Instagram in the way that you want, but it won't just be there for everyone to see, which can get really annoying and in the way. So anyway, that was my random collection of thoughts about social media and what you should be doing and what you should be avoiding doing. I hope that was helpful to you. If there's anything I missed, if there's anything that you think is obvious, then please let me know. Either drop me a message, I've got my email on the description of this episode, or go to the Music Survivor Guide community and post in there and let me know. I'd really love to hear what you think is vital for Facebook that maybe I've missed. If you're interested, then the community is there, Music Survivor Guide community. Go over there and there's chats about music and band life with other musicians and industry people. Also, if you enjoyed the episode, then please leave me a review wherever you listen. I really, really appreciate every single one of you that will leave a review. Great. And also share it with your friends and bandmates if you thought it was a useful thing to hear. If there's things that you want to start doing or stop doing on your social media, share it with them and you can start a discussion. That's a great way to go. That was it for my mini episode this week, and I will see you next time.